Welcome to the Not Too Shabby podcast, where this show is about you. Join us in this journey to view different interests, perspectives, and lifestyles, which we want to accomplish through conversation that leads to joy and creating lifetime memories. We're your hosts, Sha and V, to remind you that you're not too shabby. Keep it classy.
Thank you, Destiny, and welcome to episode 5. V, last week we had a great person come in. He, movies, writing, producing, all that, the whole package. And Varen was really excited about what he's doing. He's making a movie. He already filmed one of them, Pursuit of Certainty, and now he's currently in production for It's On You. And I'm really excited to watch these movies. And when I saw the trailer for Pursuit of Certainty, I was mind blown, and I just can't wait for It's On You.
Yeah, man, and I think it's awesome. Again, somebody's just making their dreams come true when it comes to stuff like that. Making a move from Evansville to Miami, now to LA to be able to produce. I think that's amazing. And you know what? If for whoever's out there who hasn't seen Pursuit of Certainty, make sure you guys, at least the trailer for it. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out from the last episode. If I'm correct, the links in the bio on the YouTube page. Correct?
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, how are you doing, man? It's been a week.
It's been a week, and I'm still not making the moves that I want to, like some of our guests do. But hey, we're here, and I'm excited to see our new guest. V, who did you bring us today?
So actually, he's a good friend of mine. Her name's Felicia Burr. We both went to Grand Canyon University together. A little bit about Felicia. She is actually an aspiring model, so she's done a few shots or photo shoots here and there. But you know what? Why don't I let her tell you guys her actual side of the story? So, Felicia, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi, Felicia.
Long time no
Hello.
see.
I know, Vaughn, it's been so long. Oh, I'm so excited to be on here.
That's awesome, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, no worries. What do you guys want to know? I don't know how to do this.
So Felicia, I know you're the whole package. You're very talented. But I'm gonna just ask you more specifically of my favorite, the modeling part. So I know you said you moved from Phoenix to LA. How scary was it, making that huge change?
Oh my God, it was terrifying. Like, I went from like a group of solid friends and stuff where we did essentially everything together. And like, originally our dream was to all like move out here together and stuff and like pursue modeling, pursue like content creating and like singing and stuff. So when I made that like leap by myself, I was like, oh my gosh, am I really doing this? I was like, I'm so terrified. And it was scary. I mean, I got backstory. So I got hired at a production entertainment company doing a director of business development. So apart from the aspiring modeling and stuff like that, like I have like a huge business sales background. So I went for like a vacation and stuff, came back with a job essentially last January. And then they gave me 3 weeks to basically pack up all my stuff in Phoenix and move to LA. And I was like, am I really doing this? Like, I'm a person that has to sit, overthink something a few times, and then weigh the pros and cons of it and make my little lists and then maybe go for it. So the fact that this was happening so fast, I was like, oh my goodness, like, am I really going to do this? And honestly, best decision ever. Like, coming from someone who's very like stuck in her ways and is just very like, all right, I got my routine. This is how I do things. This is how I handle things. To be presented this like out of the park opportunity, I was like, do I really want to take this? Seems a little sus. Like,
Absolutely.
And it was for the best. Like, it really made me grow as a person. So it's been really pretty cool. It's been a really good experience out here. Scary, but
Wow.
it's been good.
I think that's awesome. Taking just a leap of faith like that, taking that risk. And I feel like a lot of people out there are, waiting for that right opportunity, but when they end up missing it just because the fact that they don't want to take that risk. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
and you never know what is going to be the actual right opportunity. And I've kind of learned this from like just watching random, but like just watching TikToks. Like, the most absurd, out of this world videos always do the best. Like, you can plan your content, you can plan out your like schedule it and everything, but it's just the most like random moments in your life is what catches people's attention. And I kind of feel like that with like moments that we don't take, you know, it's like, all right, I don't feel like it might be this moment, but I might make a connection out of it. I may meet some people who can get me to that moment, that future like moment. So there's always something to learn from every opportunity you're given.
Absolutely. You know, it's all about the network. I myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I think V as well, have both been trying to become TikTok famous. And I mean, I thought it was funny, but clearly the results haven't shown that.
Hey,
It's
that's why
so
you like,
crazy.
you
Uh-huh.
just said just don't plan it, dude. Maybe sometimes we might just have to like do whatever and then start recording
Do
stuff.
literally just do whatever. Like I see the most random things like blow up. Cat and pet talks like do really good.
That's
Like
true.
there's prison TikTok now. Like it's
That's
just so
amazing.
bizarre.
I'm
Yeah, it's
convinced
so
that TikTok
bizarre.
has an algorithm specific for the prettiest girls because you know how no matter how good looking the guy is, it's not gonna work.
Ash,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I feel like looks sell, unfortunately, in the, like today's society. Even in TikTok, you know, all of like the really like famous TikTok girls are very pretty, you know, and they started
Absolutely.
on Musically when it was like the lip singing thing. So they like had to rely on their looks and stuff, like essentially to get those followers. But
Absolutely.
now it's like TikTok's a little more like Vine friendly. I feel like now it's like where knowledge, you can learn like a bunch of knowledge stuff. Like I learned things about cars and cooking. So it's like a knowledge hit now. So
Oh
I
yeah.
like
V,
it.
v and I send each other recipes all the time
Oh,
and
I
places
love
to
it.
eat. It's the best thing
Hmm.
ever.
Hmm.
Especially in LA. Like that's what I want to really do is
Yes.
when like LA starts opening up, I really want to open like a LA travel type of TikTok thing. Cause some people are like I've seen like posts and stuff that people doing it. I'm like, no, you need like the wholesome hole in the wall places to get the best Mexican food. Like don't go to all these like white and eyes, you know,
Like
like
fancy, like
Mexicans. Yeah, you got to go to like the like mom and pop shops.
gotta
And
get your
LA
hands
has
dirty.
so many. Yeah, like
Support
LA has
local.
so many good ones. Oh, so
Yeah.
good. So that's my like goal when things open up is to do like a LA like tour guide, not
You can do
from
like
like a
food modeling.
tourist
Like here's the best food
with
ever.
my
Just
little
right next to it.
hands like taking a thumbs up and stuff next to it. I'd probably get free food after that, you'd think. Like, hey, I have all these like Instagram followers. Like, let me promote your thing. Just give me a free meal.
You never know. You never know.
You never
Doesn't
know.
hurt
And
to
I've
ask.
been,
Yeah.
no, not at all. And I've been learning that like a bunch. So I've been like trying to learn like micro influencing and stuff. And
Okay.
I've been like, yeah, I've been really like looking at that because I'm like, okay, if these little girls can like, all these young 20 like year olds and 18-year-olds can do this. I was like, I can do this. I was like, my Instagram's cute enough. Like, I was like, and modeling too kind of coincides with like the content creating and stuff aspects of too. And there's all of these different platforms and stuff that like anyone can sign up as long as you have like a good engagement rate with your followers and you can tell the difference between like a fake account with like fake followers with like
Mhm. Oh
two
yeah.
or three comments, you know, and then people with like good engagement. So as long as you can show you have good engagements with your following, a lot of these like micro influencer companies will work with brands to send you like free packages. Like if you want to go to events, when events open up, you can get that as well. And it's very like random. They're not very picky with their like creators, which is a really cool platform. So it's not like you have to look the part. They just want like that engagement, you know, and like organic engagement.
There you go, Sha. Look at that. We're getting some
Knowledge.
tips, knowledge.
Hey, this is the way I'm learning now. So,
Dude, right?
so, so Felicia, like, what sort of platform do you prefer to either influence or model on?
Instagram's the easiest one with creators. Like, I wish there was another platform that it was just creator based. I feel like Instagram's really taken a tumble down the hill with being more shop and consumerism. But I like doing Instagram to connect, especially when I was modeling in Phoenix. I met a lot of photographers, I met a lot of videographers through Instagram and just DMing and stuff, and just word of mouth of other like models who worked with photographers. And that was the easiest platform to really connect with people. And then really just word of mouth, like meeting photographer friends, and like someone else would come on set if I'm shooting like a little music video like I've done in the past in Phoenix. And then people will come to set. You just start connecting and networking, and it's just like, hey, I got this shoot, like let's like connect, or you want to do a concept video and stuff. So Instagram though, the best. Twitter is more of just like my brain stuff and like info dumping, so I really don't do essentially a lot of like modeling stuff on that. Just Instagram, because you can do a bunch of hashtags and really connect and like find other people. I think that's the easiest.
Absolutely.
I do have a question. So when it comes to like modeling and stuff like that, it's just, I feel like once the pictures are produced and stuff like that, it just looks like somebody's like very comfortable being in front of this camera, right? So how did that, how did you learn to adapt just being in front of the camera, being able to be comfortable? Just because I feel like some of the models that model nowadays are like, I was like, wow, like I couldn't find myself to be able to be comfortable to make that face, just to be like just that position. Like sometimes I still do it now. Like when people try to take a picture with like friends, I'm like, oh, okay, let's sure.
Right. And you're like choked up, like, what do I do? Like, wait
Yeah,
a minute.
exactly.
It's so okay. I started my little wannabe model journey when I was really young, watching America's Next Top Model. I thought those girls on there were the baddest. And I was like, okay, like Tyra's giving some good points here. I'm like, I'm gonna try this. So I would like go to the mirror and I'm like, okay, this girl did this girl did that, and I would try to like just mimic their poses. But my background, I used to be a dancer, like a prima ballerina and stuff. And just being able to dance and really figure out my body and like really figure out my awkward angles and which angle looked better when I was dancing, how to hold a position and stuff. And being able to translate the things I learned in dance into modeling was so beneficial. It really like made me more comfortable in my body. I just had to get my face comfortable. So that was like the hard part of like, all right, relax your face, don't squint too much, you're gonna look high or something, like relax the mouth, don't frown. And it was just mainly like figuring out like what you're comfortable with. But some girls are good. Some girls will just see a camera on them and just shut it off, and they're like, and they just like get into it. And those are such fierce women. Like, I love it. But it's a learning experience, and it's just literally being comfortable with yourself and like knowing your angles is like the biggest thing.
Absolutely. I think the facial expression is the hardest thing because, like, if you've ever seen me dance, and I have videos and pictures, I make this stupid face. It's like a duck face, but this.
Oh
That's
yeah,
your like
yeah.
your face of concentration.
By the way, Felicia is an amazing dancer. Like she's great.
Dude, I haven't taken like a dance class or anything in so long. I've been like, I see all these like dance videos that I've done in the past. I'm like, man, I really miss this. So when LA opens back up, I really want to go take some more dance classes at like Millennium or something and get back into it. I need to.
You
I'm
can
getting
be like
too
a
old.
dance model.
It's crazy. Like I'm telling you, like it's I was just on Facebook the other day and I forgot Jordan ended up tagging me on something.
Oh
And it was
gosh.
something that we did like back in college, like that when we had the
Oh
dance room
gosh.
just open.
Yeah.
So he just had to film.
Those were the times, dude. We used to like at what, like midnight? I would
Midnight
like
to like
I would
3.
like yeah, like I would be in the dance room, and then you, Sam, and everyone would come to like the dance room, and we would just all be chilling, just like choreographing, like listening to new music. It was the coolest times.
What a
Oh,
time.
I miss
And then,
college was so simple.
and then life happened. Now
And
we're all
then
busy,
Then life
and then
happens.
you're after 25 and you're like, where do I go? What do
right?
I do?
Exactly.
So
Am I
Felicia,
successful?
you are you're kind of a role model for a lot of other people out there.
Mhm.
Any models, any dancers out there, and so what is an advice that you would give to them just to like start out what their dreams are?
Don't compare yourself to others. This is something I truly still struggle with, because you see like reflection of yourself, of where you want to be and how you want to be, how your life wants to be, and so forth. So then when you see other girls or other men, be able to live that dream of yours, you start comparing yourself. And that is probably, especially modeling, especially in dancing or anything in entertainment, you don't want a comparison. When you're in entertainment, you're the artist, you create your art, and with anything you do. And don't ever compare your art to someone else, because subconsciously their art's different and they do things a little differently than you would essentially do. So don't compare yourself, don't burn yourself out, always stick to your true vision, and don't let anyone completely like dilute it, especially here in LA is what I've been noticing.
I mean, I don't know about other people, but I needed to hear that actually.
Yeah, I feel like I can take
Good.
that advice into medicine, to be honest with you, right, Sha?
Or anything.
100%. You
Wow.
really can. Like that was how in athletic training, like I always compared myself to the smartest person, and I'm like, I had told myself like I had to stop myself in college. I'm like, my brain's a lot different than the smartest person in the room. Like I have different learning abilities and ways I learn things that's different than that person. So I always have to like remind myself, and this is like the best advice I've been like reteaching myself, is when you start a bad thought, don't finish that bad thought. Just be like, oh, like do like a trigger word or something to yourself and be like, no, finish that bad thought like with a positive connotation. Don't finish that negative thought, because that's the thought that's going to stick in your head. But if you start training your brain to finish a negative thought and a negative senses with a positive outlook, you're going to start rehabilitating your mind to think positive instead of always like a negative outlook on things. That's something like I've been really, especially with quarantine, makes you really think really sad and stuff. And that's something I've been like really sitting myself on, is like, don't finish that negative thought, finish with a positive. And it's been getting better. So hope you guys take that advice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some of our episodes have actually, spoken about that, turning the negativity of the pandemic, especially into positivity. And, you're another person here telling us, turn that negative thought and just switch it to a positive, and your positive thinking will turn into something great even further.
Yeah. And it's not an overnight thing. And that's what people with like self-improvement thing is like, oh, I'll read this one book and I'll be okay. And sometimes it can work for people, but knowledge is power. And the more you invest in positivity and like just like things that are good for your soul and like just are wholesome, and you focus on good news and not bad news, you start retraining your brain to just really think of the good things. So when bad things happen, you're like, okay, yeah, that sucked and that was bad, but you could train your brain to be, it is what it is. Let me focus on this positives now. And with quarantine and stuff, that definitely was a really bad thing. I mean, I moved to California in February, and then not even 2.5 months later, I got furloughed from my job, my like dream job, and it would really put a damper in my move. It took I finally made my dream to move out to California, and I was so excited, that energy, and then it kind of crashed and burned. I was like, oh dang, I just lost my career job essentially. Like, what am I going to get it back? But now it is what it is, like that path was deteriorated. Let's see what other path is, and maybe that opportunity can come back with the vaccine and all that jumble. So we'll see, but take it in strides. Things are only temporary right now.
Awesome. All right. So let's say if there was there's a bunch of like young women out there who does want to pursue modeling and stuff like that. Besides the advice of like not comparing yourself to others, what would you want to tell them in preparation if they want to become models? Like what should they work on? Stuff like that.
Definitely, I feel like modeling these days it's very influencer based now. And depending on where you live and stuff will kind of like depend on what you do for modeling. So like New York's very editorial, edgy. It's very, that European look as well. And then you have LA, which is more beachy, and then you get a little bit more of the laid back styles, and so you got to learn your market, and you got to learn essentially, do you want to be a catalog model? Do you want to do editorial magazines? Like what type of modeling do you want to get into? And like Apply to different agencies. Your agencies is going to be a number one thing for you, you know, if especially you want to get paid shoots. You don't have to be 5'10" model. There's so many petite models out there that are supermodels, you know, so it's awesome the way that like the modeling and acting and all that industry has changed over the years. It's not your, you know, twig stick model anymore. Like they're very opening and accepting to curvy models, like people of all skin colors, short, tall. Like it's really awesome how the like market has changed. So don't let the standardized beauty of what people think a model should be like essentially put you down and like make you think like you're not good enough for it, because you are, you know, everyone is. You just got to find your worth, and you just got to show them like you are like the baddest bee there, you know, and like you are good enough for them. And it's really cool when you train your to get that presence and that energy, people take you serious.
Awesome.
Oh, I think I can become a model now. I'm gonna be
Oh yes,
a beard model.
definitely.
Dude, that's why I'm your photographer, remember?
That's what I'm saying. You could just be
Exactly.
like a beard oil, like a company, zoom into that
Just
manly
right
beard
here.
of yours and like just show the product and stuff. You'd be good to go.
Got a new project, Shaw.
Hmm. That's a good idea. I'm gonna start, you know, looking for little beard oil companies.
Exactly.
You
So
should
you
like
can do it. I can.
post pictures on your Instagram, then tag a bunch of beard companies, and then send them like a little email and be like, "Hey, I'm a customer. I love your products. Like, send me some free stuff, and I'll promote it." And usually they do. They'll send you samples or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it doesn't hurt to give it a shot and try, right?
No, never. And that's another thing. Don't be fearful. Like, I've always lived my life a little fearful of like, no, I'm not going to try this because I'm going to get rejection, you know. Just do it. Like, who's it going to hurt? Like, you're just going to get a no. Okay. Like 50 other people get no's all the time before they get that one yes. And usually that one yes is like worth so much more than all the negatives, you know. And don't let those no's like put you down. Like let it like fuel you. I love it. Like just like, okay, no, you don't want this. It's like a sales tactic, you know. Make those no's fuel your fire to like sell them. But instead you're selling yourself essentially to the world and how to market yourself.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So so what type of model do you do? Like you said, there's catalog model, editorial. What
Mm-hmm.
sort of modeling do you pursue?
I do more of like whatever really. I've done a few catalog things, like a few of my friends and like other people have done like for clothing. So like winter brand, I've done merch modeling and stuff. So it really just depends. Like I do more of that side of things. And I love the cool, like more of the indie moody like aesthetics and stuff, more of the grunge photography. So I love doing more so that. I would love to do more catalog stuff too. So we'll see. When the world opens back up, we'll see.
Felicia's actually in quite a few of music videos, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Which
Yeah, they're so
ones? I
fun.
gotta know.
Like let's see, Sam Oboku's few of his music videos. My friend Tyler had a music video too. That was really cool. So we shot that, and then oh my gosh, my another friend Tyler did a music video too that I was in. So lots of music video stuff. Really cool concepts. Like
So do you have like a pre-modeling routine that kind of like prepares you for it?
not really, no. I just, you know, yeah, make yourself fresh, you know, make sure you want to feel good in the morning, like do your little shower, clean face, you know, clean hair when you go to the studio. I don't know, and just good vibes. You're still working with people and and it's like a comfortable environment for the most part, but a lot of people that you meet on set are very like the first time meeting them. So you want to make sure that like you're really nice to everyone and stuff,
Amazing.
because everyone's a good networking opportunity.
Told you, Shaw. Remember
Yeah,
that
exactly.
told you?
Exactly.
Did Vaughn
Network.
did Vaughn tell you that?
It's kind of his motto, you know, get to know
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Back on the island, that was his thing, you know, like get to know this guy, you might get free food, which
It's
happened
true.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Happened a lot.
It's true though. Like, and then it's more like your personality, like your character. And I think that's what like landed me with my job as a director of business sales is like they were really saw on like my character and how easy it was just communicate with people, and not even when you're trying to sell something, not even pitch it as like a sales pitch, just pitch it as like, hey, like this is what you need. And like we just became best friends like over this past hour, and like I feel like I know you, like I think you need this. And when you approach things and more so of like, I want to help you with your problem and not just like, here, sell, like take this, I need the money, like I need the commission and stuff, people appreciate that more, and they appreciate you not seeing someone as like an agenda, like what can I get from you, but more so of like, hey, you're in this industry, I'm in this industry, I know all these people, oh, you know all these people, okay, cool, let's connect and let's communicate. And it has opened so many doors up for me this past year, just like networking and being nice. People appreciate nice people, especially in Los Angeles. You get what I've noticed and stuff, especially with females here, you get a lot of girls that are like only nice to you, especially as a female, and nice to you a lot if you can do something for them. And I've learned that until like you say, oh, like I'm, I do this or I know these people. It's like you're nothing until you're like, oh, so and so. Oh, you've done this and that. Okay, like I can use you. And you don't ever want to like blatantly come off like that. Just be
You gotta play the
nice.
game.
Yeah, play the game, but like still be a human about it.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I guess I got some good networking advice from her as well.
Yeah, you did. Modeling advice, networking advice. What else do you want to know?
Just adding to my resume right now. So let's see. Athletic
Beard
trainer, maybe
beard
dancing
model.
advice. You know how to do the one step, the 2-step.
Oh yeah. Want a Dougie? We can Dougie. Want me to teach you how to jerk with
I've
heels?
tried to do the Dougie so long. I still suck at it.
What? Okay, how old are you? Like
25.
no, you're in like our generation. You need to get your Dougie down. What other one? Pop lock and drop it. Dances in our generation were so simple and it was so much like
Classier.
vibe. Yeah, and everyone
with it.
was grooving. Like now it's like technique, like all this technique, and I'm like, no, like you're spending all your time thinking about the next move and like all of these like technical things instead of just vibing and like
Like it's just like a punch nowadays. Just
yeah, it's like a punch and then they do like a shutter body thing, maybe like a little body roll thing, and then they're done. I'm like, how do you move that fast? Even when I was like a dancer, like competitive dancing, we didn't do all that crazy things. Like,
More
it's
in
crazy
the
how
one with the
things
body,
change.
right?
oh, I feel like I'd break my body if I tried any of those things now. I feel old.
Thank you for all your insight. I do appreciate it.
Mhm.
For anyone that wants to be a model out there, I think what Felicia said really helps. It helps me not just in modeling because I probably won't become a model, but acting, producing, any sort of dream that you want to chase. Don't be afraid of rejection because all those no's, by trying, could just one of them could be yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, I think the biggest thing she said was don't compare yourself to others because you are your own art. You will project differently to other people than how other people will project themselves to other people. So definitely don't compare yourself to others. So we do appreciate those words, Felicia. And
Thanks, guys.
thank you so much for, taking the time out of your day to help us out and basically give us this insight to show our
Mm-hmm.
audience that it is possible. Especially if you take that leap of faith just to even make that move, things
Mm-hmm.
can happen for you. Things can happen, like, things can change in a minute, but it's up to you to whether you want to take that opportunity or not.
Exactly. And thanks for giving me like a platform to talk too. It was really awesome. And I'm glad like you guys are doing this. It's gonna turn out really good. So I have a lot of faith.
I do appreciate it. Exactly. That's why you're here, just for people to speak out their talents, their voice, their perspectives, interests, and to just show the world, what the world has to offer.
There's so much out there, and like that's what people don't understand. Don't be afraid, because like if you think too many people are in a market or like too many people are doing one thing, like there's not, there's so much room for you. And so never take those no's like to heart. Make sure that fuels your fire to like really like pursue your guys' dreams. So thanks for having me.
Thank you,
Hey,
Felicia.
thank you. And then if
Thanks.
it's all right, we're also going to include some of your, some of your photos so people can know,
Hmm.
basically see your craft. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thanks for
Thanks,
the
Felicia.
free sponsors. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
So V, like that's kind of awesome. She taught me so much just in this 30 minutes that we've already talked. And I'm like she said, just face that rejection and make it fuel your fire. And that's just some great words right there.
Yeah. And that's the crazy part is like, it's a different way that she basically presented it, but it's something that we technically do, like when how many people try to prove somebody wrong, right? It's just like that means
Exactly.
like people shut you down, people shut you down, people shut you down. But are you gonna get back up and like, you know what? Hey, you know what? This is for me, and I am gonna be able to do this and stuff like that. You know what? Like, or the other thing is, I'm actually like a victim of it and stuff like that. Like, I do tend to compare myself to others. I do
Exactly.
seem like like I know I may seem like I'm a very confident person, but at the end of the day, there's times that I'm like, what if, like, maybe, like, if I was there or if I was in their shoes or if I was doing this, I do tend to compare myself sometimes to others. And, I never thought about it like that, that you'll never see the same artwork twice, And that's the crazy part.
Exactly. You can copy as much as you can. And I do that too. I compare myself to other artists and I'm just like, oh, I can't do the same thing they do. Well, you're not supposed to. Otherwise, that won't make you unique and you can't sell yourself.
Yeah. Mm. And I think that was
So,
that was one of the greatest advice I've ever actually heard.
yeah,
I've never thought about it in like that, and in a artist's perspective. Like I've thought about it, I guess, in a way where like just growing up, but not in an artist's perspective. So that was actually pretty cool thinking about it that way.
it kind of reminded me of that one quote from Ratatouille. Anybody can cook, but not everyone is an artist. And like, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of that. Like, you know, you can try and make everyone else's recipes, but you're truly an artist when you make your own recipe.
That's true. Well, yeah,
So
man. No, I think we had another great one today, and I hope we keep it going. For anybody out there who is an aspiring model, we will definitely include Felicia's Instagram handles on our episode. Just maybe reach out and stuff, just like how she did. It is possible, maybe you will just get to connect with the right person. Once that right connection happens, then maybe you can land that proper opportunity for you to get started. So definitely.
absolutely, guys. And feel free to reach out at any moment. And don't forget, you're never, you know, too less. Just give it a shot. You have one opportunity, and just seize everything you
I
ever
see what you're
want.
doing. I like it though.
But and remember, that you're not too shabby.
Hey, so keep it classy.
Thank you, everyone.
Peace out, guys.